Oh, hi there. What is up, my dudes, dudettes, and dudeless people? My name is Sem, and I go by he, them. Remember 2018 when I did the dang Inktober challenge? Jesus Christ, those drawings are bad. So it's been 3 years since I've done something akin to Inktober. It's been 3 years since I did something akin to Inktober. And last time I did something with like so many goddamn rules to remember. So I thought this year I'm going to make it easy. Basically this year I decided to just take 31 of my favorite bitches and draw them. What are the rules this time? Well, let me tell you. Basically I put the name in the wheel, the name that got chosen is the lucky one who got to be drawn. Simple, right? So unlike last time, we're going to have a variety of characters from various different franchises. Although there are some repeat candidates from Danganronpa, obviously, because I can't let go. And to be able to keep up with that challenge, I decided to only draw portraits and do simple cell shading, because normally my shading process usually takes a lot of time, so I was like, nah, not this time. And for the character who's picked last, just like I used to in gym class, they're getting a funky fresh Halloween costume and a full body drawing. And yes, that is essentially the same finale as I had in my previous challenge back in 2018, but it is Halloween after all, so. And for the first week, you're not getting 7, but 10 entire characters, because the first week of October was essentially just 2 days. So, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Ah, yes, the OG MILF. In my list of faves, she is the anime mom that walked so that Hiroko could run. I don't know, it seems like I have a thing for moms that love to tease their sons. I also love the fact that they left Shinichi behind in Japan. And look what happened! And look what happened! Maybe, just maybe, he wouldn't be the size of a cone now if Yukiko and Yusaku had stayed in Japan. That sounded so mean, oh my god. However, whenever Shinichi needs their help, whether he wants it or not, they take the next best plane to Japan and just are the parents they're supposed to be, I guess. Also for those who actually have watched Case Closed / Detective Conan, the scene where the entire episode where she's in her biker outfit and is on a motorcycle and like, can we please have more of that?
Are you still there? To delete the message, press 7. To save it in the archives, press 9. To hear more options, press 0.
What are you talking about?
I do love me some idols. Sayaka would probably be on the list if it weren't for the fact that I didn't want to make another dang Inktober. So, Yumi... I almost said Yumeko. Yumimi it is. I am a huge fan of Japanese idols. I'm a huge fan of AKB48, which we'll see in future parts, lol. But I also like when anime or media in general puts a spin on idols and makes them like actually imperfect, because the image of an idol is supposed to be very perfect, very flawless. And I just love the fact that Yumimi is an actual fucking cunt. But somehow it works out for her. Even after confessing to the fact that she is a fucking cunt, her fans still love her. They tell her that, oh my god, you're so real, you're so cool. Like, what? The level of delusion? I wish I had that. I also really love her design because essentially she looks like a love child between Sayaka and Leon. Here's a fun little anecdote from my cosplay life. I actually cosplayed her back in 2020 before the whole cute pandemic came along. That was sarcasm, by the way. And it was such a bitch to find the perfect wig for her. I originally bought like a pink wig that had the right color but not the right hairstyle, but that wouldn't be a problem. Then I was told that that wig just got lost and I got a refund. Then I ordered a different wig that is slightly off color but has the right hairstyle. And after that wig arrived, I received the first wig that I ordered. And now I got a free pink wig. Sometimes life is great. Will you look at that? It actually is my kin list. For those who may not know what Boyfriends is, it's a webcomic available on Webtoons, hashtag not sponsored, and it's about a polycule between 4 guys. Each guy represents an archetype. We have Goth, whom I'm drawing right now on screen. We have Nerd, we have Prep, and we have Jock. And it's overall a very wholesome comic. Unless you buy the creator's Patreon if you catch my drift! And what I love about the comic is that it not only does it represent a healthy polycule between 4 people, there's also canon trans representation with Goth. Like somewhere at the beginning of the comic you see him wearing a binder, if I remember correctly, and eventually he gets his top surgery. That is not being shown in the comic, but eventually you may see him shirtless and then you see his top surgery scars, and I'm here for it. I want to be him. He also really cares about his 3 boyfriends, and it's just a very wholesome comic with lots of comedy, and I'm just chef's kiss. Remember when I said you're going to see in later parts that I am a huge fan of AKB48? Yeah, that later is now. I know, in the wheel it said Mimori Kishida, and I'm also gonna write Mimori Kishida on the drawing. However, this is actually her as Mariko. I just like her in a ponytail. She looks really nice with a ponytail. The thing I love about Mimori is that she always kept fighting. Her and Kanata were in like the cursed generation, I think 76 it was, and they were the only 2 people left. And hey, look, she made it. She succeeded and became the successor of Mariko. And now we have to wait for Kanata to succeed, but as long as Takamina is still there, she won't have a chance. Anyway, back to Mimori. I was really happy when she succeeded, although I have to admit that the first time I watched the anime, I didn't think she would be a successor. And when it came out that she would be a successor, I didn't expect her to pick Mariko of all people. I know their manager used to be Mariko, and it was like an honor to her, but like, it just... I didn't think she would go for Mariko. But hey, I'm still happy for her nonetheless, and I'm sure she's going to be a great Mariko. Now I have her song stuck in my head. Uekara Mariko. I apologize for hurting your ears with my singing. Also, for those who may not know, the successors are based on like the actual idols of AKB. However, most idols shown in the anime are generation 1 or from the early generations, and most, if not all of them, graduated, which means they're no longer part of AKB. Michan was the last one from Generation 1 to be in AKB, but she announced her graduation, I believe, 2019. And then the pandy happened! So I actually am not up to date with her status, but I believe she's still part of AKB until the pandemic is over. Yeah. But yeah, if I have to give you my overall favorite idols from AKB, it would be Michan first, top spot, I love her. Then Sayaka Akimoto, and then Mariko Shinoda. And it reflects in the anime. I love the anime versions of Michan and Sayaka, and well, at first there was no Mariko until Mimori succeeded, but yeah, I love Mimori, so it should count. And we have our first repeat candidate. Welcome to the stage, Kiyotaka Ishimaru. He appeared in Dangantober not once, but twice. So he's a pretty lucky boy, if I do say so myself. Well, aside from the fact that he's canonly dead, but we're not gonna talk about that. In my mind, he's still alive and well. But yeah, he's just a good man and nice and yes. I believe I already explained why I liked him. Let's just have a quick flashback.
The reason why I picked Kiyotaka is basically the same reason why I picked Sakura for Best Girl, because he looks out for the others. He is very naive, of course, he doesn't really understand many social things, but he does value friendship highly. Like, you saw it with Mondo, he was like valuing this friendship, even though they thought they knew each other for like, what, a week or so? And they really much hated each other at first. He also always sees the best in you and encourages you to show that side of yourself, which is something we all can need, you know? He would do anything to make you happy, and that's why I picked him to be best boy.
Thank you 2018 Sem for the input.
Sure, no problem!
How the fuck did you travel through time and get into my room? I swear to everything that's holy, I did not plan this. Fate was just like, you know what? They were bros when they were alive, and they still are alive. In this challenge, they have to be bros again. Just here. Have fun. Oh, and also another repeat candidate. Same as Kiyotaka, not once, but twice did he appear in Dangantober. Considering I didn't explain in Dangantober why I like Mondo so much, I guess I'll be doing it now.
I could do that for you!
Go back to 2018 before I sent you there myself. So, the reason why I like Mondo is... It's similar reasons to Kiyotaka. Him and Kiyotaka aren't that different. They're like the same person, but on the opposite side of the spectrum, if it makes any sense. Because Mondo has his own morale, he has his own understanding of family and friends and everything, and again, like I said, it is similar to Kiyotaka, but he has just a different way of showing it and just a different way to show affection as well, and he's just a bit rowdy, you know? I'm also a fan of the trope, big muscly angry man who has a soft spot for the most adorable things. Oh yeah, also real quick before we move on to the next drawing, I wanted to give him like a bloody hand because freshly punched a bitch, I guess. And I was drawing the blood and then I realized, wait a damn minute, it's Danganronpa, the blood needs to be fucking pink. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. The wheel decided, hey, you've already drawn 2 Danganronpa characters. Have a third one. You will never guess what day 8 will be. But yeah, once again we have a repeat candidate from the Dangantober challenge. But he only appeared once. But just to give you an example of my immense creativity, in both times I drew him stargazing. Because I'm what? Creative! Why do I like Kaito? He's purple, he likes space, and he's a himbo. That's all you need in life. Also, again, he's highly supportive of his friends, even if he is a lazy piece of shit, but we can all relate to that, I believe. Not to mention that once again I am exposing my Kinney list, but let's not talk about that. Oh, and goatee. Also, my editor Jackie told me that Kaito looks like the cat that's being threatened by a knife. I can see that. I can see that. Maki is the one holding the knife. Ha ha! I fooled you. I've bamboozled you. It is not another Danganronpa character. But let's be real, Kaito won't be the last character we've seen of the Danganronpa franchise. Anyway, if I were to tell you, imagine you knew me a little bit better. If I were to tell you, hey, I'm currently drawing a cute but shy nerd boy, would you know who I would be drawing? Because spoiler alert, Warren is not the only one in this list who fits that description. What can I say? I have a thing for himbos and nerds. Aside from the nerd factor that plays into me liking Warren, I also just like his overall personality. He's always kind. Unless he has to beat the shit out of Nathan, then he's not kind. And I kinda live for that. You go, nerd boy. Well, he did it out of the kindness of his heart. He wanted to protect Max and Chloe, so... Okay, mostly Max, but, you know... He tends to be socially awkward at some times, but let's be real. The entire cast of Life is Strange 1 was socially awkward. But let's be real, who wasn't socially awkward at that age? Oh, I need to rant for a second. Color theory is a fucking scam. It took me like a gazillion tries to get the proper hair color for his hair. Wow. And the right skin tone. I'm like, why? Also, this is the first time of me drawing Warren or any Life is Strange fan out in general. It's so weird because there are characters on this list I've never drawn before despite them being my favorites. Sweet, sweet irony. Tekna, my beloved. A bit of an unpopular pick, but that's what I'm here for, loving the more or less unpopular characters of a franchise. I could give you an entire PowerPoint presentation with at least 50 slides as to why I love Tekna, but I only have about 2 minutes before the Speedart ends to talk about why I actually like her. Also, when I talk about Tekna, I mean Season 1 to 4 Tekna, because anything past Season 4 doesn't exist in my mind. The whole point of Winx Club used to be that everyone is an individual, everyone has individual interests and everything, but you can still be friends despite not having a lot in common. And despite every girl being different, I always kind of felt like Tekna was a bit of an outcast, especially in season 1 considering she didn't show many emotions. But she was unapologetically herself and she was always brutally honest. Not to mention that she had one of the best character developments from going to this emotionless robot to being actually a functioning and loving human being, I suppose. I know she's a fairy, shh. And I always related to that because I also always felt like an outcast, especially during my school career. But I had friends who understood me much like Tekna. Also, I'm pretty sure she's the reason why my favorite color is purple. This is one of many instances where I like a side characters. I mean, she kind of is a main character, but not as much of a main character as Bloom. This is one of the instances where I like a side character's story more than the protagonist's story, because Bloom's story was done being told after the first movie. So, not gonna lie, being the fairy of technology also is really, really badass, especially considering our modern world. If she wanted to, she could destroy us all, but she wouldn't because she's cool. Also, last point, I promise, she has the best fucking boyfriend out of all the girls. And no, I won't argue on that. Last but certainly not least, the OG Dorito head. Obviously, the first mistake I did in a drawing was drawing a circle instead of a triangle. While Winx Club kept me company during my childhood, Phineas and Ferb kept me company during a little bit of my childhood, but mostly pre-teens, teens. And I found a lot of comfort in that series, especially during my teen time. I was about to say teen phase, but that sounds stupid. Especially because I've been bullied a lot in school, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want this video to turn dark. So, yeah. It gave me a lot of comfort. I enjoyed the short stories a lot, and I also related to the characters because especially Phineas and Ferb, they're two very, very creative heads. And I too am a creative head who doesn't know how to use proper English grammar. I also love the message of you can create your own summer, you can do anything. It is quite ironic that a show about kids having fun during summer vacation is my favorite show considering I absolutely hate summer. The simple message of have fun during summer and do what you can make of it can be translated to life as well. Of course, it's not that easy, but if you put your effort into it to try and have a great life, it will be a lot easier. And I needed to learn this the hard way, but eventually I did. And so far I've been doing quite well. I didn't want to get that serious towards the end of the video, but I guess here we are now. I guess I'ma just end it here for now, and you'll hear me in the goodbye message. So, that was it for part 1 of the favtober series. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, you can find the drawings on my Instagram and eventually on my Artfol. I need to get more active on that app. Lol. Links are in my description, or you can also see them on screen in the purple box down there. It's sem_next_door. Jesus Christ, that is a tongue breaker and a half. On both platforms. That was it for today, and I hope to see you in the next video of whatever it'll be. Bye bye!